jumped into it a little bit. We have some, we want to touch on a little bit of general news here. I'm assuming a lot of people have been seeing the rumors and the speculations. DeAndre Moore, wide receiver out of Texas. Buffs feel good about him. They got him on a visit. I'm hearing good things. Nothing is finalized. I have my notifications on. I'm waiting for the big one. But what are your thoughts on how the Buffs stand so far?
DeAndre Moore, it sounds like we're getting close with him. Sounds like that we're the leader in the clubhouse at this point. So kind of like you, just waiting to see if it drops or what happens with it. But it sounds like we're kind of the leader in the clubhouse at this point.
100%. Next one on my list is Andrew Zock, FCS DPOY out of Mercer, defensive edge. I'm hearing this is one of the ones where every single day I wake up to different news. They felt really good. He's got relationships that he really wants to lean on. I'm hearing Toledo in the mix. I'm hearing a couple other schools are making a late push. How do you feel on Zock at the current moment?
Same with you, but again, one source saying no, the other's like, yeah, maybe. And so it's kind of like, I think it's just nobody really knows what's going on with Zock at the moment. So, and again, that would be a big time pickup as well.
1,000%. That would definitely, solidify your defensive front. One of the guys that Buffs were in on, Jordan Norman, committed to Tennessee like earlier today when I was at the gym. So unfortunately missed out there. Smith Snowden, cornerback out of Utah. I had heard things were trending really well, and then it's not. From what I've heard, it's not looking good. He's looking for some of those bigger schools, the Notre Dames and the Oregons of the world.
Yep. Same with them. Snowden, seems like they kind of, I don't want to say moved on from him, but that kind of mutually just kind of like, okay, cool, we'll see what happens, but same kind of thing.
Yeah, and I think that's one of those guys that, for lack of a better term, is going to command a market. You look at the schools that he's interested in, and it kind of becomes a question of what the Buffs are willing to, they might have pivoted to Abu and some of these other guys, Justin Eaglin. So I think that cornerback is definitely something that you have to make sure is solidified. We were really thin on it last year, but that's a guy you wish you could have gotten, but it's okay. I think there are other corners out there that are going to be productive.
Yep.
CJ Baxter, that was a guy that we talked about last week. Running back out of Texas. I'm pretty sure if I saw it correctly, he's gone. He went to Kentucky. Is that correct?
Yep, Kentucky.
Yep. So that's an unfortunate one. I think you do want to add another running back, maybe somebody who has a little bit more upside and talent, like raw talent, I would say. But it's also it's thinning out in that market currently in the portal. So we'll see where they go with that. They might just feel comfortable with it, and this was more of a like, if we get him, we get him type.
Yeah, because they have I don't want to call it loaded, but a crowded running back room right now.
Yeah, and don't forget too, like people always think about the fact that the Buffs lost a lot of guys this year, and they're like, oh, it's a whole new roster, but like Michael Welch is still here, right? Like if we can get an injury exemption, we've got Simeon Price coming back, Kalen Taylor's coming back, like. Those could have been your top three last season. And now you're also adding productive backs that came from the system that's being implemented into the fold. So if you were feeling good about it last year, like another year of development, another year of some guys being brought in, like I'm okay with it, honestly.
Yeah, me too. I think it becomes, there's only one ball, at that point. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that we talked about earlier in the season on the show was, one of the things I don't like, and again, this is just a preference, subbing in running backs, just keep going through them, and it's like you got to let one of them get in the groove. That has to. So I'm okay with the way the running backs, the room is right now. So
totally. I want to go back really quickly. I want to go to this question: did Hardge's playing both sides hurt his development? Here's my thing on that, right? They said from day one with Travis Hunter, number 2 pick, Heisman winner. They said, you got to master one side before you get to the other. They said that was something that they were going to prioritize. They gave Hardge a chance. Hardge was never going to be Travis Hunter. I think that's a realistic, not a realistic comp to make by any means. I wouldn't be surprised if the next school that he goes to says, we're just going to put you at one of these and figure it out from that. And I think it's up to Hardge. Like, does he want to be a receiver or corner? He's clearly got the talent to play both, but what does he want to be?
Yep. And I think, again, just goes back to that with Travis Hunter. That's hard. That is really difficult to get your reps on both sides of the ball, sit in all the different meetings. It is brutal. That's why I don't think we're ever going to see another player like that. So
yeah, and I think the question becomes, there might be a weird thing where it's like, once you commit a gray jersey to a guy, you like, there's a weird thing where it's like, do you walk it back, right? Like, do you just be like, actually, he's not ready for that? You know, so I at the end of the day, I wish Hardge the best, and I hope that he ends up in a spot that maximizes his talent.
Yep.
Last one on the list. Some people had been speculating, you know, an AJ Harris out of Penn State cornerback was, you know, potentially going to be a target. Looks like he's heading to IU. Big pickup for Kurt Signetti. I didn't hear much in like a concrete. That was more of a rumbling as opposed to anything concrete.